Sophia, can I ask you a favor? A favor? At the lunch meeting today, Sophia, you said you had a luxury car. Oh yeah, we talked about that. I thought you said it was a Porsche. Yes, that's true. So, what favor? I've always wanted to drive a Porsche. But you don't drive much, do you, Emma? Not really, but a luxury car is kind of exciting, isn't it? Driving around in a luxury car. I feel like a celebrity. So, when you're not using the car, I'd like to borrow your Porsche. Would that be okay? I'm afraid I can't lend you my car. Why not? I'm not asking you to give it to me. I don't want it to get scratched. I don't want anyone else to drive that car either. I've never let anyone but my husband drive it. Let's work on that. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can. But why? Sophia, you hardly use the car on weekdays, right? I think you said you take the train to work. So what? If it's a weekday, you probably don't have to use it. So why not lend it to me? I don't think so. It's a valuable car. I don't want it scratched or anything. I saved up a lot of money to buy this car. Well, a Porsche. Not many people can afford a Porsche. You work hard. Hey, career woman. I'm not going to lend you a Porsche even if it's a compliment. And Emma, I remember that you once said you drove your car into a guardrail and wrecked it. Come to think of it, did that happen to me? Oh, the car was wrecked, but I was unharmed. Isn't that amazing? There's nothing amazing about it. I wouldn't lend my precious car to someone who's going to cause an accident. I'm sorry, but give up. Oh, come on, let me borrow it for a little bit. You really don't want to lend it to me? To be honest, I don't want to lend it to you, Emma. It's too late if something happens to it. And if you get hurt, I'll be responsible for it too. That's why I said, don't worry about it. It's a luxury car, so I'll drive safely. Even if it's a regular car, I'm just saying you should drive safely. Can I borrow your car, please? I thought I could borrow Sophia's car. I've already made travel plans. What? What are you doing? Because I really wanted to drive a Porsche. I've always dreamt of traveling around the sites in a Porsche. I'm sure everyone would pay attention. I'm looking forward to it. And anyway, I can't lend you my car. If you want to drive a Porsche, why don't you go to a luxury car rental store and try renting one? But it would cost too much money. I can't lend you my car no matter how many times you ask. Enough! This conversation is over. I heard that you and your husband are going on a vacation? Yeah, but what does that have to do with you? Don't talk cold to me like that. I'm just confirming your plans. What time are you leaving for your trip? I'm planning on leaving at 9 a.m. Oh, okay. By the way, what are you planning to travel with? You mean transportation? Yes. It's hard going around by car, so we're going to take the bullet train this time. Really? Why do you sound so happy? Don't mind me. When are you going on your trip? We're going for 3 days and 2 nights starting on the 3rd of next month. You're asking me so many details. Don't worry about it. I was just thinking that I'd like to take a trip too. I just thought I'd ask for reference. Asking what time are we going and how long we'll be gone. I don't think it's going to help you. It's okay. Now I can start planning my trip again. Yeah, by the way, you said that the other day you were planning a trip. I'm so looking forward to driving a luxury car. Huh? A luxury car? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Well, I'll call you later. Hello, Sophia? I owe you an apology. What? What happened? The blue luxury car crashed into a steel pole. I crashed it. I'm sorry. The front of the car is a mess. I don't have any money, so I can't afford the repairs. My car is white. What? It was parked in front of your house. Whose car are you driving? What? Isn't this Sophia's car? I drive a white Porsche. What kind of car is it, by the way? A Porsche, of course. Did it have a stuffed rabbit in the backseat of the car? Yeah. Do you know someone who has a car like that? If I'm not mistaken, I think it belongs to my sister and her husband. What? My sister and her husband like to drive around. They stop by my house whenever they can, and they drive a blue Porsche. I'm almost certain that car belongs to them. I thought it might be your car. Anyway, I'll call my sister. I knew the car belonged to my sister. My sister and her husband, they were so surprised to see the car was gone when they came back. But I didn't see anyone nearby who looked like your sister. I think she must have been in the house. She has a duplicate key. She had something she wanted to give us, so she went inside. You must have stolen her car while she was inside the house. She was going to go back to the car right away, so she left the door unlocked. So, that's what happened. Come to think of it, you had never actually seen my car. No, I haven't. But when I went to your house earlier, I didn't see a white Porsche. Well, on the days that I don't use my car, I park it in the shuttered garage at the back of the house. I'm afraid it might get stolen. Oh, that's what it is. I should have done my homework. That's not the point, is it? You said earlier you messed up the car, right? Did you get hurt? I'm fine. He's fine. We're okay. That's why we're on the phone like this. You mean you're with your husband? I thought your husband works on Saturdays. He is not my husband. He's my boyfriend. My husband will not be home from work until tomorrow, so it's a good thing he's not home. What? Does that mean you're cheating on him? I'm not cheating. I'm serious. Well, that's not important right now. My sister says she'll never forgive you, so be prepared. Prepared for what? You're not going to turn me into the police, are you? Of course she's going to turn you in. She knows who did it. She's going to file a police report now. What? A damage report? Of course. You stole someone's car without permission and caused an accident. But I didn't mean to cause the accident. Even if you say so, you have to take responsibility. You caused the accident, didn't you? You should call the police right away, right? I don't want to. If I call the police, it's gonna be a big deal, and my husband will find out that I'm having an affair. You brought this on yourself, right? Please, can you ask your sister to cut me some slack? Can't you ask her? What do you mean? Not to turn you into the police? Of course! If I get arrested, it'll ruin my life. It would affect everything, and my kids could get in trouble too. I feel sorry for your kids. Right? That's why you shouldn't report it. I feel really sorry for your kids that they have a mother like you. What do you mean? Taking an illicit trip in someone else's car? It's not normal, is it? That's why I'm sorry. I didn't think it was your sister's car. The way you said it, you thought if it was my car, you'd get away with it? Well, we're mom friends. I don't care for friends. I would have treated you the same way my sister would. I asked from another friend. I got your husband's contact information. I'll explain the situation. Wait a minute! Please, don't call my husband. He had nothing to do with this. It's his wife's fault, so he should be involved with it. Okay, we'll discuss the details later. Sophia, I have a favor to ask. Will you listen to me? What? I don't have any plans of contacting you again, Emma. Don't say that! I just need you to listen to me. I don't have time for you, Emma, so make it quick. My husband and I are getting a divorce. I know. He's told me all about it. It's all over the news among moms, too. Oh no! It's already gone viral? Well, I mean, after what he did to you, and where the accident happened was in the neighborhood. I heard some of your friends actually pass by. I didn't know that. So you're saying it's spreading around that I'm cheating on my husband? Of course. You're the stupid jerk who takes her affair in someone else's car. That's what they call you. You don't have to call me stupid. You're all a bunch of assholes. But they didn't say anything wrong, did they? And the affair was with a married man, right? That's right. And his wife is suing us for alimony. I'm in a lot of trouble. They're splitting up, too. But he said he doesn't want to marry me. Don't you think that's terrible? I'm sure he doesn't want to go into debt with you. Yeah, he said I'm on my own with the car, that I should do something about it myself. He had a Porsche too. He's the only one who can afford it. Don't you think that's terrible? Well, I mean, he is a human being, but I think Emma's just as much of an asshole as he is. I don't think you can blame him. That's terrible. I mean, we're mom friends. Have a little sympathy. I'm going through a divorce. I'm almost certain I'll end up in so much debt. It can't be helped. You brought all of this on yourself. There's no one to hate but yourself. Well then, I guess we have nothing more to talk about. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hey, wait! Don't try to end the conversation. You don't want to talk to me that badly? Definitely. I don't want to have anything to do with someone who's causing trouble to my family. That's terrible! If you say anything else, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your Porsche. I'll do it. Huh? Are you serious? Because you're not gonna help me. Why should I help you, Emma? I think you should apologize first. You weren't harmed in any way, right? I don't have to apologize to you, Sophia. From the looks of you, you're not sorry at all. Sorry? The fact is that I want you, Sophia, to apologize to me. What kind of nonsense are you talking? You know what? Now I'm getting angry too. I'm the one who wants to be angry. Sophia, just because you don't like me, you set me up, didn't you? You purposely made me target your sister's car to ruin my life. You've been planning this for a while, haven't you? And why would I do that? I mean, if I had something special against you, Emma, I don't even care about you. We weren't even close. I didn't care about you, to be frank. And the way you say it is kind of aggravating. It's as if I'm not taken seriously, as if I'm not good enough for you. We weren't even close enough to have dinner together. Even our kids don't have any near relationship. Well, yeah, but... You took the car of someone who you weren't even close with you in the beginning, and then, without even apologizing, you put the blame on me. That's beyond insane. I didn't call you to tell you this. This talk got out of the topic though. So, what did you want? About the fees and the repairs? I can't afford to pay that kind of money. Even if you say you can't pay for it, you stole the car and damaged it. You have to take responsibility. But your sister, she and her husband own a business together, right? Yes, but what does that have to do with anything? She must make a lot of money, right? Why go to the trouble of squeezing money out of poor people? That's not what this is about, is it? Even if my sister could afford it, that doesn't mean you don't have to pay. I'm divorced from my husband. My husband and the other man's wife, they're all asking for alimony. Even if I ask my parents for help, I don't think they can come up with nearly 10 million. So you'll have to borrow money. And my sister didn't ask for a lump sum payment. I think you'll have to work hard to pay for it. Even so, 10 million is a lot of money. How do you make that kind of money? I don't know. I'd say at least $1 million. At least $1 million to cover the fees and repairs. I'm sure I can come up with something like that. I think I can come up with that. You've got to be kidding me. You can't fix anything with $1 million. But your sister can afford a Porsche. She can afford a Porsche in no time, right? I looked into your sister's company. They seem to be very profitable. The car was a memory for my sister and her husband. When they started their own business and made it a success, it was the first luxury car they ever bought. So you're saying they had other cars? Yes, they actually do. But that Porsche was their favorite car. So why don't you just sell the other car and buy the same car? You are such a buzzkill. You're driving me crazy just talking to you. I'm just trying to make ends meet. If this continues, I'm not paying for anything. Tell your sister that. I will. Then let's take this to court. What? My sister said she felt sorry for you. She said we can split the fee and the repairs. But now she wants it all, in one lump sum. No. I really can't afford it all at once. So you're asking me to sell my guts? Well, we'll just have to scrape together the money somehow, won't we? You said something about taking the case to court. What do you mean? You're not going to take me to court, are you? If you don't want to pay us, she says she's going to trial without mercy. You may not have known this. My sister has a lawyer friend. In case anything happens, she can call that friend anytime. A lawyer friend? She's a very good lawyer. If they sue, I think you're going to lose. You're the only one who's at fault. Oh no! And if you lose in court, Emma's going to have to pay for the trial. Do you know what that means? That means more money? That's what it means. I'm glad to see that even you understand. I don't want to have to pay any more money. Right? Then I suggest you take responsibility and pay them back. My sister says they won't give you any more chances. No, please. Is there anything you can do about this? I think you should apologize first. Emma, you tried to drive around in my car, and even if it wasn't my car that you took, even if you didn't do me any harm, you still owe me an apology. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this. This whole thing was my fault, and I'm very sorry. If you feel even a little bad, that's a relief. From now on, don't ever do anything that might cause trouble for others. Of course, I understand. I'm very sorry for what I did this time. Well, now that I've heard your words of remorse, I'm really going to leave now. What? I thought you were going to help me. I don't think anyone said anything about helping you. You lied to me! You enjoy setting me up like that, don't you? From the look of you, I'd say you're not sorry. That's not what I meant! People like Emma need to see the pain. Well, I'm sure you'll have a tough time. I hope you'll be able to live strongly on your own. Wait a minute! Sophia? After this, Emma's line was blocked. The fee and the repairs that her sister and her husband demanded, somehow they managed to collect it all in one lump sum. She must have borrowed money somewhere. Abandoned by her family, Emma moved into a shabby apartment and spent her days paying off her debts. And her children hate her completely. She is not allowed to see her children. By the way, my sister's car? It took a long time, but the repairs were completed. It came back cleaner than before. My sister also said she will take more security measures than ever before. At any rate, my sister's precious car is back to normal. I feel relieved. Hey, Mia! You're supposed to take out the garbage on time. Oh, I'm sorry, Isabella, but I was on time, wasn't I? No excuses. Your garbage is the only thing that wasn't picked up. That means it wasn't taken out on time, right? Is that so? Why just my garbage? Well, because I moved your trash out of the dumpster. What? Why did you do that? It's not my fault then. It was your fault. My fault? It's your fault that you didn't see to it. It's your fault for not watching to see if the trash was taken properly. I left your garbage out in front of your house. What? What are you doing? It's insane to leave your garbage outside of pickup day. I'm just being a bossy mom and enforcing the rules. Isn't it disrespectful to those who follow the rules? That may be true, but it's your fault that the trash wasn't picked up. What? Are you trying to get in my face? I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Since when are you the boss mom? You're the one I didn't like before. Just because your husband is going to get ahead of my husband, you're getting carried away, aren't you? Who told you that? My husband told me. You're on a roll. I'm not. I'm just saying. We try not to talk about our business. That's the rule. I'm the boss mom, so I'm allowed to break a few rules. I don't get it. I have to pick up the trash in front of my house, and I have some cleaning to do, so if you'll excuse me. Hey, Isabella, everyone in the company housing is ignoring me. What? So what? What do you want to tell me about it? Well, I thought you might know something. Well, let me tell you something. I told everyone to ignore you. I knew it. Why would you do that? Why would I do that? Because you piss me off. I can't stand the idea that you're going to get ahead of my husband. I don't care what you say. It's not my fault. So, you're saying it's my husband's fault? Well, he's not the most efficient man in the world, but as long as I'm the boss mom, I can't stand the thought of anyone else surpassing me. I don't know why you're so angry. As long as we can all get along and live in peace, that's all that matters. No, you can't. It's like I can't live without mounting you. It feels so good to look down on people. You have a good personality. Don't give me compliments like that. I didn't mean it as a compliment. Anyway, please don't ignore me if you can help it. I miss you because no one says hello back. You don't have any friends. Oh, you poor thing. No, you did this to me. Anyway, please don't do it. I won't stop. Not just you. I'm gonna make them ignore your daughter Emily too. Oh, you're gonna hurt my daughter? Why wouldn't I? You offended the boss mama, and that's a felony. I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. I'll beat you to a pulp. Please don't do that. My daughter had nothing to do with this. Well, you don't have to be so angry. When they grow up, they'll ignore you or something. Think of it as a rehearsal. I'm not going to let you get away with that. If you do anything to my daughter, I won't forgive you. I don't know what you're getting at. Okay, I'm the boss and you're the bitch. As long as there's a difference between us, I won't allow you to disobey me. I won't allow you to disobey me at all. So you're the boss mom and I'm the slacker mom. No, that's not it. That's my line. I'll protect my daughter. I wonder how long you'll be able to keep up that kind of petulant talk. How's life, Mia, when you and your daughter are ignored? Are you enjoying it? Isabella, are you home? Yeah. What? What's the rush? Of course I'm upset. You didn't hear anything? I don't know what's going on. Why don't you just tell me? Your husband embezzled from the company. What? Embezzling? I heard it was as much as 2 million yen. I heard he didn't come to work today. What? My husband wore a suit to work today. If you just look at the situation, I think he ran away because he was about to be caught embezzling. Don't talk nonsense. Anyone but my husband wouldn't do such a thing. Why don't you try contacting him? I'm trying right now, but he can't be reached. He's not returning my calls. Isabella, this is totally a black and white thing. You've got to be kidding me. You're right. My husband's not the most efficient man in the world. But he's so bad at being on point that he's embezzling? What kind of nonsense is this? Think about how people feel. That's what I'm saying. Isabella, you've never considered my feelings. You've been ignoring my family. That's because it feels good to mount up. I'm glad you're being so professionally honest. But because you usually look down on people, that's why people don't feel sorry for you. That doesn't matter now. That's right. You should find your husband too. Why? What do you mean, why? That's what company housing associates do. Let me tell you something. I don't consider you a company housing associate. And neither do any of the other moms. Huh? I don't talk to them because they ignore me. I heard a couple of moms in the hallway talking about how you're so bossy and annoying. They said that? What moms? I'm gonna make them my next target. I'm sure that's not what you should worry about right now. If you don't find your husband, you're gonna have to pay 2 million in exchange. Is that so? I don't think you are legally responsible. But if he ran away, you could be asked to pay. Oh no! What do we do? Well, you're gonna have to find your husband somehow. And since it's come to this, you won't be able to live in company housing anymore. No way! My mountaintop area is... What do you mean, mountaintop area? Well, it's a family member of a criminal. The company won't let you live here any longer. It's highly unlikely that they'll let you stay here any longer. I don't know what to do! I didn't do anything! I don't know what's gotten into him! Well, it's not your fault for embezzling. You did some bad things, and this is how you're being punished. Is that right? Damnation! I just ignored you and your family, and now I have to leave. That's too much. Well, maybe too much, but your husband is missing. I don't think it can be helped. Oh, please, Mia. I don't care if you have to pay for company housing. If they ask for their money back, I want you to pay it with me. I don't want to. Don't be so quick to say no. Think about it. There's no reason for me to pay for it. I don't want you to stay in the company housing any longer. You can't say that. We've come this far together. We don't live together. We just live in the same building. Don't say it like that. Mia, you're getting a little bossy, aren't you? I mean, if you think about it, I don't think there's any reason to be nervous about Isabella in this situation. You've been harassing me for a while now. I'm going to take a big attitude too. I'll let you off the hook with that. If you can't pay me back, find my husband. I won't do that either. It's none of my business. How cold can you be, Mia? I'm asking you to do this. You know what? It's true that you're in this situation. I sympathize. If it were up to me, I could help you out a little. Wouldn't you? But you have done so much. You've done nothing but bother other moms. You've taken the trash out of my house and put it in front of my house. You make all the moms ignore me. That's because I wanted to mount up. Because of that nonsense, your reputation was ruined. So when you need help like this, no one will help you. Wait a minute! But don't you think you should help me with this? I mean, I didn't do anything. I could be paying a lot of money for something I didn't do. I could lose my house. I said I sympathize with you, but I'm not going to help you. If you want to hate me for what I've done. You heartless bastard! People are asking you for help and you won't give it? Are you still human? Is this a reverse cut? You're too proud to apologize. I understand. Then go and ruin yourself. Watch me. I'll find my husband for sure. I'll make him pay. I'll find some place for him to live. I'll come back and harass you again. Yeah. You can howl all you want. Well, that's just like Isabella. Don't get all high and mighty on me. I'll get even with you someday, I promise. Isabella's someday never came. In the end, her husband was never found. As a result of the trial, Isabella had to pay the embezzled 2 million yen. Isabella lost her house and had to pay back a lot of money. She lives in a shabby apartment and works day and night. She was supposed to be a bossy mother, but she had fallen down a peg or two. I never thought that she would have to live her life in one fell swoop. I feel sorry for her, as if she had to bear all the misfortune in her life. As for me, my husband has successfully got promoted. I was able to have a comfortable life, and the moms who were just taking orders from Isabella, after that, they started to treat me properly. No one ignores me, no one harasses me. I can live my life in peace.
Sophia, did you arrive at the hospital already? Is the hospitalization procedure going well? Yeah, they've already taken me to my room, so I'm fine. More importantly, is Olivia okay? Isn't she crying without me? She's already bawling. Seems like she realized that you aren't home. Isn't it hard for you to take care of Olivia by yourself, Sam? It must be hard to be with a crying 2-year-old all the time. Why don't we ask my parents to take care of her? I'm telling you I'm fine. Leave it to me. I told the company about the situation and they gave me 2 weeks off. Don't worry, Sophia. You can concentrate on your stay in the hospital. What? They gave you that much time off? It was a company that would even reject maternity leave after childbirth. I guess they're changing the way people work. Finally, the higher-ups have come to understand how men raise their kids. Thanks to them, they said they'd give me 2 weeks paid leave. They said I don't have to work remotely or anything. That's great. So leave Olivia to me and take good care of yourself, Sophia. I've been working so hard that you have been raising the baby on your own all the time. It's no wonder your immune system has been lowered and you're falling ill. I'm sorry I pushed you so hard that you had to be hospitalized. No, I'm glad you're here for me like this. Well then, I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks recovering. And when I get out of the hospital, I'll do my best to take care of the kids and the house. Thanks for everything. I'll pick you up at the hospital on the day you get out. Until then, Sophia, take it easy and rest. Hey, Sophia. What on earth are you thinking? Leaving Olivia in front of our house without asking. Do you realize what a terrible thing you've done? What? I refused you many times, didn't I? I'm going on a trip to New York with my friends starting today. That's why I told you repeatedly that I couldn't take care of Olivia. And then you resorted to such a hardline approach. What a senseless person you are. Wait a minute. I don't understand what's going on here. That's our side of the story. I was forced to take care of her yesterday, and you haven't come to pick her up even after one night. If I don't leave early, I'll miss the plane. What have you done to me? I've got my friends waiting for me. Come back here right now and take Olivia home. Anyway, do it right now. Sam, come on, pick up the phone. Explain to me what's going on. What? What's wrong? You're in such a hurry. I got a call from your mother just now. She said Olivia was abandoned in front of her house, and she was upset that she couldn't go on a trip with her friends. What the hell is going on? I thought you were taking good care of Olivia. Sorry, I've got an urgent job. What? So I've asked my mom to take care of Olivia as a pinch hitter. I mean, trips with her friends are important, but her granddaughter is more important, right? No way! You didn't leave Olivia in front of your parents' house because of that. Mom wouldn't let me do it, but I had to take care of some urgent business and there was nothing I could do. I thought I had no choice but to leave her there. What were you thinking? Leaving your 2-year-old daughter outside? What if she was kidnapped or had an accident? What would you have done if she had been hurt in any way? You're overreacting. I only left her there for a few minutes. Huh? Besides, I was watching from behind a telephone pole. I also made sure Mom came outside and reluctantly let Olivia into the house. Then I headed to work. Go back now and apologize to Georgina. And you take care of Olivia. Huh? There's no way I can do that. I got an urgent job. But you're scheduled to be off today, right? You got paid by the company because your wife is in the hospital. It's not right of the company to force you to go to work. Go tell your boss that you're going to file a complaint with the labor department and shut them up. Oh, come on, there's no way I can do that. If you won't do it, I will. That they won't even let a male employee take maternity leave, and they're forcing you to work while you're on paid leave. No matter how much you love the company, I hate it. I'm going to call your company and the labor department. Calm down, Sophia. What if you do and I get fired? Then I won't be able to support my daughter and you who's a housewife, will I? Then that's enough. I'm going to stop being hospitalized and go home. What? I can't keep bothering Georgina like this. My husband won't do anything, so I'll just have to put up with it again. That's not good. That's absolutely not good. It's absolutely not okay for you to stop being hospitalized. I'll take care of everything, so Sophia, please stay in the hospital as planned. What do you mean take care of it? You want to work even if you have to put your daughter on Georgina's back. I'll take care of the work, and I'm going to pick up Olivia as soon as I can. I'll have Mom enjoy her friend's trip as planned. So don't ever cancel your hospital stay. You're never allowed to come home, you know. When in the world are you going to come pick her up? You guys are ruining my whole schedule. What? I was supposed to be on a trip with my friends. You didn't come to pick her up at all, so my friends had to leave before me. And yet when you guys came to pick her up, I was going to go after them. It's been a whole night now. Because of you, I had to cancel my trip. Wait a minute. A whole night? Sam hasn't come pick Olivia up? Huh? Don't you dare blame this on someone else's son. Even if he wanted to come pick her up, you're holding him back. I heard you ripped up Sam's ticket. You're holding him back because you don't want to go home, Sophia. Excuse me? I've already heard the whole story from Sam. He said you forced him to take you on a trip because you're having a hard time raising a child on your own. I also heard that you were the one who left Olivia at our doorstep. You said you wanted to spend some time alone with him once in a while. Wait a minute. Please, let me just clear things up. I don't need to sort it out. Your outrageously selfish behavior is bothering everyone. My son was forced to take him off from work, and I had to cancel a trip with my dear friends. My sweet granddaughter is left out in the cold and you won't even come pick her up. You are a total failure as a wife and a mother. Oh no. Sophia, I was a mother myself, so I know how you feel. Raising a child by yourself is hard. It's painful and you want time for yourself. But that doesn't mean you can put yourself through so much trouble around you. Can you really enjoy your trip abroad with all that? A trip abroad? Why did he get such a pathetic wife? I thought you were a sincere and wonderful wife. You've been acting like a cat in front of us. This selfishness is your true nature. Please, listen to me for once. I never traveled abroad. There's no point in trying to cover it up. I just found Sam's Instagram just a few minutes ago. He's been posting pictures of Cancun since yesterday. What's with the hashtag lovey-dovey every day? You guys are driving me crazy every day. Lovey-dovey every day? You've really got some nerve leaving your daughter to go on an overseas trip. I'll have you and my son divorced. I'm in the hospital. What? How can I travel abroad at a time like this? Since yesterday, I have been in the hospital for 2 weeks to recuperate. My body is in bad shape from all the work I've done over the past few years. The doctor even recommended that I'd be hospitalized. Wait, what do you mean hospitalized? Sam's Instagram says he's on an overseas trip. He's been happily posting pictures of the two of you. Is there even a picture of my face on there? Is it just a picture of a part of someone's body that looks like a woman? Oh, I wonder where in the world Sam is and with who. Let his wife do all the daily childcare and housework for him, pushing his wife to the point of hospitalization. And then he forces his daughter onto her mother, and lets the wife deal with the pissed-off mother while she's in the hospital. I wonder where your son is now. Oh no, I'm sorry I took it out on you even though it wasn't your fault. I'm a little tired and I can't seem to keep myself calm. So I'll take a little break and then I'll call Sam. And I'm really sorry about the trip. I will pay for the cancellation, so please take care of my daughter for a while longer. Hey Sam, aren't you done with work yet? I heard from Georgina that she still has Olivia in her care. Well, I'm having a hard time finishing an urgent job. I thought it would be over soon, but for some reason, I keep getting in trouble. Well, I'm sure it'll be over soon, so don't worry about it, Sophia. Is that emergency job really going to be over? Of course it'll be over. Then I'll go pick up Olivia right away. I'll apologize to Mom for forcing her into this. Soon. So how long will it take you to get home from Cancun? Let's say you finish work in an hour. What time do you plan to arrive in Colorado? What? I saw your Instagram too. It's a great job to have an urgent job overseas. And it seems like you're with a woman. I wonder who she is. I'm pretty sure that all of the people in your department are male. Oh, come on. What are you talking about all of a sudden? I don't know what you mean by Instagram in Cancun. Hey, it's already too late to delete the account in a hurry. I've already screenshotted everything that's been posted, you know. What? Oh, one of my followers is making the account private at the same time. But I guess it's too late now. I've already checked all the followers on your account. Of course I'm following her. And it doesn't make sense to make the account private now. Are you kidding me? You're seeing everything? Well, the person who made the account private in hurry was Jessica, right? You've been posting pictures of her face with no hesitation, and she's been posting selfies at the office too. She's a part-time employee that started working at your company last year, right? Oh, please, don't look at it anymore. She has nothing to do with it. What? Nothing to do with it? It's your job, isn't it? I thought you guys were working together. Oh no, I mean... By the way, tell me what kind of work you do. What kind of work do you do that requires you to go all the way to Cancun? Well, I mean, I can't tell you because it's trade secret. Oh, you can't tell me. You can put it on your Instagram where it can be seen by the general public, but you can't tell me because it's a trade secret. Oh no, I mean... I can just ask your company directly and they'll tell me. Wait. Don't call the company. I'll tell you everything. Please don't say anything to the company. I'll hear your excuses and explanation when you get back. Well, I've gotta go take a test now. I'm sorry, Sophia. How could I have misunderstood? I heard everything from Sam's company and now I understand. What? You contacted Sam's company? Because you're in hospital, aren't you, Sophia? I can't let someone with a wrecked body do something like that. It must be hard to talk and listen to something you don't like. So I thought I'd do a little listening and summarizing for you. Thank you very much. I was going to call the company when the tests were over, so that's great. So, about Sam. It's true that he took time off because you were going to be hospitalized. But the whole urgent work thing is a lie. And there's no such thing as overseas business trip in his company. Of course, it's a small company that only operates within the counties. I also wanted to ask you something else. Sam didn't take maternity leave, did he? No. He applied for it, but it was rejected because it was a busy season. So I've been a one-person operation ever since the baby was born. Actually, I heard that Sam took a lot of childcare leave. What? He's taking time off for family reasons, yet he's traveling overseas. He's left me in charge of his daughter, and he's taking childcare leave, but he's not doing anything about it. Sophia, I'll make my son pay for this. So please let me take care of him and focus on your stay in the hospital. I'd really appreciate it. I'm prepared to raise my daughter by myself after I get out of the hospital. That's why I want to make sure I get well while I still can. Yes, please make sure you get well. I'll make sure I thoroughly clean up the mess on your behalf. How dare you call the company? Thanks to you, I got a storm of phone calls from the company saying what's going on, and now I have to go back home urgently. I was having a great trip to Cancun, but what are you going to do? You went on a trip to have an affair while your wife was in the hospital, and now you're upset with me. We know about your abuse of maternity leave. You probably pretended to go to work while you were having fun with your girlfriend. Shut up. That's a fine way to spend my maternity leave. Huh? I'm the pillar of the family, and you and my daughter can survive if I'm healthy. And the affair is my time to refresh myself. If I'm refreshed, it's good for you and Olivia. In other words, that's how I use my maternity leave. Huh? That's what this trip was about. It was my precious time to refresh myself and you interfered. If you keep interrupting my time off, I'm divorcing you. You're a worthless wife who gets hospitalized just by raising a child. A woman who can't survive without me should shut up. Huh? Of course she'll live. She's a strong mother. So you get a divorce and let her go. What? Don't tell me you're planning to fix this by taking back on her, do you? Weren't you just trying to threaten her with divorce papers to somehow make things go away? Hey, wait a minute. Wait, Mom, is it you? You're such a stupid son. Look, I have the divorce papers ready. So come over to my house as soon as you're back in Colorado. I'll be back as soon as I finish Sophia's visit. Well, how much do you know, Mom? Of course, everything. I'm the one who checked with your company. What? You told the company? That's a horrible way to put it. All I did was confirm the facts. The company wanted to check things out too, so I just cooperated. Oh my god. Yes, and don't forget to bring Jessica, the woman you cheated on her with, to my house. I'd like to discuss a claim for alimony as well. What? Besides, I'd like to see her face in person at least once. She looks cute on her Instagram, but it's probably processed, right? I can't do this without seeing her real face. Oh, come on. It's rude to say her face is processed. How dare you talk to your son's girlfriend like that? I don't see how it's disrespectful. She's the kind of woman who would take another man's husband away from him. She must be an ugly woman with nothing inside but her youth. What? So bring that ugly bitch with you. If you let her go, I'll come to her apartment. We already have her address. How do you know that? Don't tell me you got it from the company. They didn't give us any personal information. That's why I visited your house with the second key and went through your stuff. Thanks to you, I found plenty of information about her in your study. You've got to be kidding me. What the hell were you doing in there? You gave it to me, son. You said I could come visit my grandson anytime I wanted. I know, but you've never used it before. That's right. I guess I was being considerate to Sophia. But there's no need to be considerate to my stupid son. We've seized all the evidence like proof of the affair that was in the study for now. Oh no. By the way, there's no point in trying to escape from the airport together. Your father's already there to pick you up. Oh, he's involved too? It's a family matter, of course. Unlike you, your father would definitely take time off for the family. And he only uses that time off for the family. Of course you know that. You're my son. Well, I don't know how you turned out to be such a son. Well, we'll talk about it later. Come back to the house as soon as possible. We'll take care of everything at once so that Sophia can leave the hospital without any worries. After that, Georgina took care of everything during my hospitalization. And when I was discharged from the hospital, the divorce had already been finalized. They came to pick me up with my daughter when I was discharged from the hospital, and she took me back to the house. She said, "Here's the alimony and child support I squeezed out of them," and gave me a total of $145,000 in cash. I was too scared to ask her how she made those two pay such a large sum of money, but it seems that they made a thorough settlement as agreed. And after that, Sam was blamed by the company for the misuse of his maternity leave. Especially the male employees said, "Because of you, we'll lose confidence in male maternity leave." Sam was fired soon after. Of course, his parents have cut off the relationship with him ever since, and he broke up with his girlfriend shortly afterward. He finally realized the magnitude and importance of what he had lost, and contacted me asking me to let him see his daughter. But since Georgina made him write the pledge that said he will never come near us again, I have been able to ignore them with confidence.
Hey, Kelly, I have a favor to ask you. Could you please take care of the kids this weekend? I'm going on a trip with Mom for 3 days.
This weekend? I'm sorry, Emmy, but I can't do that. I have a lot of work to finish. You should have told me sooner. I'm really busy, and I don't have time to watch them.
What do you mean you can't? Who else can I ask? Mom and I have been looking forward to this trip for a long time.
What trip?
You don't know? Mom didn't tell you? We're going to a spa resort for a girls' weekend. It has free massages and a jacuzzi in the room. It's going to be so relaxing and fun.
No, she didn't mention anything to me. But I'm sorry, Emmy. I still can't watch your kids. I have a very important deadline for work. One of my biggest clients ordered a lot of products that they need by Monday. I have to prepare everything before then. I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Come on, Kelly. Don't be like that. You work from home, right? You could just work while the kids are there. They won't bother you much. You have it easy compared to people who have to go to work every day. You can spare some time to watch my kids. Please, do it for Mom. She deserves a break. She's done so much for us, especially for you.
It's not that simple, Emmy. Working from home doesn't mean I don't have to work hard. I have a lot of responsibilities and tasks to do. And I do pay Mom rent every month. I'm not living here for free.
Yeah, sure you do. You don't know what it's like to be a real adult until you live on your own and take care of yourself. Maybe watching my kids will teach you something about responsibility and maturity. And what if something happens to them while you're not here? Who will take care of them then?
Why did you wait until the last minute to ask me?
I forgot, okay? Is that such a crime? You need to respect me and Mom more. You're not in a position to say no to us. Understand? Don't make me tell the kids their aunt doesn't love them enough to watch them. That would break their hearts. Is that what you want?
No, of course not. Fine, I'll do it.
Thank you, Kelly. That's very kind of you. Why didn't you just agree from the start? You're the best, sis.
Emmy, Mom just got into a car accident. She's in the hospital right now.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. She's going to be okay, but she's injured. She has a broken leg and some cuts and bruises. She has to stay in the hospital for a while.
Oh my God!
She was on her way back from a concert when another car hit her.
A concert? What concert?
I don't know, some band she likes. She told me about it right before she left.
And you didn't offer to drive her there and back? You know, she's been having trouble with her shoulders since our trip. How could you let her drive like that? This is your fault, Kelly. You should have been more considerate of Mom.
Hey, don't blame me for this. She didn't ask me to drive her, and I didn't know she was going to a concert until the last minute. I have a lot of work to do, and I can't just drop everything and go out.
Work? What work? You mean your pathetic excuse for a job? You're always using that as an excuse to avoid doing anything for Mom and me. You're so selfish and lazy. You don't care about anyone but yourself. You're living off Mom's generosity and you don't even appreciate it. You should be doing everything you can do to help her out. She's done so much for you. More than you deserve.
That's not true, Emmy. I do care about Mom and you. I help out whenever I can. And I'm not living off Mom. I pay her rent every month, and my job is not pathetic. It's challenging and rewarding. You don't understand what I do because you're too busy judging me.
Don't talk back to me, Kelly. You need to respect me more. You're just jealous of me because I have a successful career and a happy family. You failed at everything you've ever tried. And you live at home with no prospects and you're probably going to die alone. Why don't you try to make something of yourself for once? Maybe then, Mom wouldn't worry about you so much.
That's so mean, Emmy. How can you say such hurtful things to me? You're my sister. You're supposed to love me and support me. I'm not going to live with Mom forever. I've been saving up money to move out soon.
Oh, really? How are you going to afford an apartment with your low-paying job? Do you think watching YouTube videos all day is going to pay your bills? You're so naive, Kelly. You have no idea how the real world works. Go ahead, move out if you think you can handle it. But don't expect me to help you out with anything. You are on your own now. I can't wait to see how long it takes you before you come crawling back to Mom, begging for money and a place to stay.
You're so cruel, Emmy. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate me so much?
I don't hate you, Kelly. I pity you.
Kelly, are you blind? Look at these pajamas you brought me. They're hideous. Don't you have any fashion sense? They look like they belong to a toddler, not a grown woman.
What's wrong with them?
They're the ones you usually wear at home. I can't wear this at the hospital. They have little dots on them. People will think I'm lunatic if I wear this here. You can't even bring the right clothes for me. You're useless. Can't you bring me something more elegant and classy? Something that shows I have some dignity and taste.
Fine, fine. Just tell me which ones you want.
Emmy would know exactly what I want. She and I have such a good connection. She always brings me nice clothes and accessories when she visits me. She knows how to make me look good and feel comfortable.
Why don't you ask her from now on then?
She's busy taking care of her family and doing work around her house. You, on the other hand, just play on your computer all day long and talk to yourself.
What are you talking about? Is that seriously what you think I do every day?
Of course it is. You're probably playing video games and watching stupid videos on the internet. You have no ambition or direction in life. You're wasting your time and potential on meaningless things.
That's not at all what I do. I'm working.
Working? Ha! I've never heard of a job where you just type nonsense into a computer all day. What kind of job is that? Who pays you for that? And how do you expect me to make a living with that? Anyway, our next door neighbors said they're coming to visit me tomorrow. I want you to go to that bakery I always send you to and get some nice pastries or something. They're very sweet and thoughtful people. They always bring me flowers and cards when they come over. They deserve some appreciation from us. They're coming around noon, so make sure you bring it here before then.
What? I have plans tomorrow.
Excuse me? You're going to refuse your mother in the hospital? It's your fault I'm here in the first place.
It's absolutely not my fault at all.
It is. This wouldn't have happened if you offered to drive me and pick me up from the concert. You forced me to go by myself, even though my shoulder's been bothering me lately. If you had half a brain, you would have been able to guess I'd be tired after the concert. Any good daughter would never have let their mother drive in that condition. Amy and I all talked about what an irresponsible and inconsiderate person you are. She was so angry with you for not taking care of me. She said she would have done it if she was here. She's such a good daughter, unlike you.
Why would you even go to the concert in the first place? If you were really in no shape to go on your own, why would you even risk it? You're the one that's irresponsible. Why do I feel like you purposely didn't ask me so you could use it as an excuse to belittle me? Why do I always get blamed for everything that goes wrong?
How dare you? I'm generous enough to let you live in my house, and this is the way you talk to me? You should be waiting on me handing food. You need to be grateful for everything I've done for you.
I am. I'm literally doing everything that I can to help at home. Not to mention, I'm giving you more than enough money to live there for now. It's not like I'm living there for free. You probably hurt your shoulder on that stupid vacation with Emmy. It was really that bad that you should have gone to the doctor. But no, instead you went to a concert and told me right as you were about to walk out the door. I'm not a psychic. How was I supposed to know you were going? I would have been happy to drive you there and back if you asked me in advance. How dare you blame me for what happened?
Oh, why are you getting so worked up? You finally realized you're the reason your poor old mother is being hospitalized? Imagine if I died in that accident. How would you feel? All I'm saying is that you should be more aware of your family and help out so things like this don't happen. You've got a real temper. You're scaring me. If you use that energy into finding a real job, maybe you'd be out of the house by now.
You're unbelievable.
The woman in the bed next to me is so lucky. She's got a nice daughter that stays with her all day. She does everything for her. She even hand feeds her. Why don't you come back here and take notes?
And why don't you be more of a mother that I'd want to do that for?
Excuse me?
I'm done. I don't want anything to do with this family anymore. What am I to you? I've bitten my tongue and taken more abuse than I should have, but I'm done. I'm never doing anything for you or Emmy ever again.
Does that mean you're leaving the house? Do you even have a place to go? Oh, stop lying to yourself. This is all a bluff, I can tell. You're not going anywhere.
Kelly, you need to apologize to Mom. You're acting like a child. Also, you need to text us both back. You can't just ignore us like this. It's not fair for me or Mom.
Absolutely not. I'd rather die than apologize. You and Mom have treated me horribly for years. You've always looked down on me and made me feel worthless. I don't want anything to do with you or Mom anymore.
You don't have a choice. I have to do everything for Mom since you started completely ignoring her. It's extremely rude and disrespectful. I have too much to worry about in my own life. This is your job, not mine. You're the one who agreed to take care of Mom after Dad died. You can't just abandon her like this.
How busy could you possibly be? I was watching your children every day. What were you even doing? You don't have a job. Were you just passing them off to me so you didn't have to watch them? I'll say the same thing to you that I said to Mom. I'm done doing anything for either of you. Figure it out yourselves.
I'm a married woman with children. You're not that stupid that you've forgotten that, right? I don't have all the time in the world like you do. I have a lot of responsibilities and obligations that you wouldn't understand. I have to take care of my husband, my kids, my house, and my social life. I also have to balance everything and make sure everyone is happy and healthy. Mom is texting me literally all day. I don't have the time to read and respond to all of it. It's your responsibility to take care of that, not mine. Do your job.
Oh, so now you know what I was going through. How could you still think that I'd just sit around all day and do nothing?
I don't think I know it. Like I said, I have 100 other things I need to do. I don't have the time or energy for this. That's where you come in. You have nothing else to do. So shouldn't this be fun for you? I'm so lucky that you are a failure. Otherwise, I'd have to be the one to take care of her. But luckily, I don't have to. Being Mom's slave is your job, not mine. I, Emmy, sentence you to be Mom's slave for life.
It feels so good to be out. I couldn't take being in that house for another second.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When we were talking about me moving out, didn't you say, do it if you think you can? Well, I did. I'm out. I actually just pulled up to my new place.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
No, I'm not. Why don't you stop by Mom's house if you don't believe me? All my stuff is gone.
Where did you move to? Tell me.
I am absolutely not telling you that. I mean, if you really wanted to find me, I don't think it would be that hard. It's the perfect place for me to work from home. Isn't technology great? I can work anywhere that has the internet.
Why did you move out after all this time? What made you finally leave?
Because I couldn't stand being walked all over by you and Mom. No matter how much I did, it was never enough for either of you. I was fine with looking after her after you got married. I wanted you to enjoy your new life, so I took care of everything. It was tough once Dad passed away, but I did my best to be there for Mom and do everything while she was in mourning. Back then, she even thanked me for everything I did for her. In fact, it was the first and only time I've ever been appreciated for what I do.
You're right. I do think it's stupid. You stopped talking and came back here.
When I first agreed to look after Mom, I never imagined it would come to this. Everything changed after Dad died. I had to stand aside and watch. Our mom wasted all the money Dad left her.
What?
I was stupid enough to give her money after she used it all up and said she didn't have enough money to support herself. I've been giving her $1,000 a month since then. That's on top of me putting in nearly $2,000 for the mortgage, groceries, and everything else we need for the house. Even then, Mom has the audacity to say I don't do enough for her.
Hang on a second. Are you being real right now? Mom used all the money Dad left her? Has she really been living off the money you're giving her? I had no idea.
I told her not to say anything. I didn't want you to worry about her. I wanted you to focus on your family and leave Mom to me, like I said. She kept up the lie of me never doing anything for her pretty well. I'm not surprised you had no idea. She made me swear to never say anything to you. I agreed, and she thanked me by verbally abusing me and treating me like a slave.
I don't believe it. She always told me you were after Dad's inheritance. She said that's why I used to live at home.
Yeah, she's the ringleader in all of this. She's pretending to be the victim when she's really the one causing all the problems. But if she's the culprit, you're her accomplice. You force your kids onto me almost every day. I probably saw them more than you did. For what? Just so you and our evil mother can go off and relieve imaginary stress. Didn't you ever stop to think how Mom could afford to go on vacation and constantly go to the salon? Ugh, I really am such an idiot. I should have done this months ago.
Callie, I'm sorry. I had no idea things were like that. You may not believe me, but I did think it was a little weird Mom could afford to do all those things with me. But I never could have imagined you were completely supporting her. I mean it. I'm so sorry for the way I treated you.
You're a little too late to apologize. Ever since you were little, you were always Mom's favorite. You always looked down on me, and I never understood why. So what exactly are you apologizing for? A lifetime of treating me like a subhuman, or for not realizing you were enabling Mom to spend all of Dad's and my money? I'll never forget or forgive you for the way you've treated me my whole life. You're no better than Mom.
I understand if you're upset. Why don't we sit down and talk about this face to face? We can talk about the way I treated you, and I'll apologize for all of it. Please, give me a chance.
No way. I'd have to fly back from where I moved, and I don't want to do that. So just be sure to text me when Mom finally dies. Before then, don't bother trying to talk to me. We can talk when we figure out what Mom's leaving behind. If there's even anything at all.
Hang on, don't just run away from this.
What? You're the one who ran away from all this. First, you left home and haven't lifted a finger to help me or Mom since then. Was that your plan all along? To pretend like you wanted me to help? Just for a little bit, when really you are making me do everything? You really do take after Mom. You take advantage of people and only care about yourself. I think you've had your fun. My shift is over.
Kelly, did you get my package? I sent you all your favorite snacks. I thought you might be missing them since you moved so far away. I hope you're eating well and taking care of yourself.
Don't send me anything else. I don't want any of it.
That's a bit rude, don't you think? I can't believe you skipped town when I was in the hospital. Why did you move so far away? It's like you're in a whole different country. You know, it'd be hard for me to come and see you in my condition. You're breaking my heart, Kelly. Don't you miss me at all?
That's exactly why I moved here. So you'd never try to come visit me? I figured you'd look into finding my address. Congratulations, you found me. You're a real Sherlock Holmes, aren't you? But don't get any ideas. I don't want to see you or hear from you ever again. You've made my life miserable for too long. I'm finally free from you and Emmy, and I'm not going back.
Your sister is good with the internet, so I asked her to take care of it. I'm so glad we found you. I thought you'd be missing forever. That just goes to show how strong the bond of family is. We want you to come back to us.
Yeah, something needs to change with privacy laws. If someone doesn't want to be found, it shouldn't be as easy as looking them up on the internet. You have no respect for my privacy or my choices.
Oh, it's been so hard since you left. Now I know all the hard work you did for me, so I was hoping you'd come home already. Let's go back to living together. Emmy's there, isn't she? It's not the same. Oh, she's totally useless. She doesn't have any money to give me, and she didn't even visit while I was in the hospital. She gave some excuses, like she was too busy watching her kids or something. No matter how much I asked for help, she can't do anything. The only thing she did was find you. Don't you feel bad for me?
There is not a single atom in my body that feels bad for you. It must be hard not having someone who you can treat like a slave anymore.
It is. After all the money I used on vacations with her, this is how she repays me? I paid for everything on that last trip we went on. Not to mention, I hurt my shoulder carrying my suitcase on that vacation. It's her fault I got into that accident. Don't you think so?
First you blamed me. Now you're blaming her. Look in the mirror. It's no one's fault but your own. And you say you paid for it all, but you were using the money I gave you. Stop acting like you're the victim. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You don't have to be so harsh. I'm here in this big house all by myself. How am I supposed to live here alone? How am I supposed to take care of this house, let alone pay for it?
I don't care. Apply for Social Security if you need money. Why don't you go live with Emmy? Or even better, why don't you make a time machine and stop yourself from burning through all the money Dad left you? Emmy's always been your favorite, so you should be thrilled to live with her. She would do a fraction of the work I did for you, but at least you'll be with your favorite daughter.
You really took me for granted. I know how much work you did. I've never been one to express my feelings. I get too embarrassed. But in my heart, I've always been grateful for all your help.
Oh yeah, that's great. I'm still never coming back. Don't even think about coming here. I'll chase you away with a baseball bat. Although I don't think you'd last a second out here. You need the convenience of a city to survive.
You're right. I do. That's why I think you should come back so we can live together again. If you don't, you're going to be all alone for the rest of your life. Are you okay with that? Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
You shouldn't. I've never been happier to be living on my own. My life is better than it's ever been. If anything, you're the one who's going to be alone forever.
Kelly, please. Why don't you, Emmy and I get together and work things out as a family? Emmy really thought a lot about the way she treated you. She's even on your side now. She said I was the reason you ran away. All we do is fight lately. Oh, life is so boring without you here.
You mean life is so boring without the money I was giving you? Now that your punching bag is gone, it seems like you two are taking out your frustrations on each other. I'm never coming back. Not even for your funeral. Just give up. I never want to see your face ever again. Lose my number and don't send me anything else. I'm blocking your number.
No, don't do that. I'm begging you. Just think about this before you make a big mistake.
A mistake? No. This is the first time that I've ever done something right. Also, don't get things mixed up. You weren't the one letting me live in the house. I was the one who was doing you a favor by living there. But you were too busy spending my money and treating me like a servant to realize that. That's not my problem now. Who are you going to blame now that everyone's abandoned you? After I settled into my new place, I asked a relative to go and see what was going on at my mom's house. She told me that my mom was having a hard time living on her own. She begged and cried, and eventually my sister agreed to let her move in with her. But to no one's surprise, my mother started bossing everyone around and treating them like her servants. It caused so many problems that Emmy and her husband ended up getting divorced. I guess not having me to dump her kids on anymore really stressed her out. Now, she and her ex-husband are living separately. He's taking care of the kids while she and my mom are back at my mom's house. They're constantly fighting and yelling at each other. They can't stand each other, but they have nowhere else to go, so they're stuck together. I, on the other hand, have been the happiest I've ever been since I moved away from all that drama. It took me longer than it should have to realize how badly they were treating me and how much they were taking advantage of me. But I'm so glad I left when I did. I can focus on living my best life and saving up for my future. Now, the only person I have to worry about taking care of is myself.